Victor, what the hell was that speech about?
Huh? Speech? What are you even talking about? I'm in the waiting room right now, waiting for you. You're the one taking forever. Hurry up already. What's the point of this stupid outfit change? It's a total waste of time. I'm just sitting here with nothing to do.
Don't try to change the subject. I'm talking about the speech you just gave. You stood up in front of everyone and said, "A nearly 40-year-old hag got down on her knees and begged me. Ha ha ha." Why the hell would you say something like that? Why would you lie to everyone like that?
It's not a lie, it's the truth.
It is absolutely not the truth. I am younger than you.
That's a good one. You're really gonna keep up the act even now? Come on, quit playing dumb. It's pathetic. I already know the truth. I know you're just a step away from 40.
I told you, I'm still 32.
Yeah, you can keep saying that all you want, but I already saw your driver's license.
What? My driver's license? I never showed it to you.
Of course you didn't. I looked at it myself.
What? What the hell does that even mean? Are you telling me you went through my wallet without my permission?
Nah, don't make it sound so bad. When I visited your parents' house, your wallet was just lying there on the table. I saw it and thought, whose wallet is this? So I took a peek. Turns out it was yours.
You took a peek? Are you serious right now? That is my personal property.
Oh, come on, don't be so dramatic. You got more than one wallet, right? Who would have thought you'd leave one at your parents' house?
I don't leave my wallets at my parents' house. That never happened.
And here you go again, lying through your teeth. You're really desperate, huh? But it's useless. I saw your birth date right there on your license. You even shaved off a few years just to get married? That's hilarious. It's honestly kind of impressive. I gotta hand it to you. I didn't think you had it in you.
What is wrong with you? You're not even making sense. Victor, what happened to you? You're acting completely different, like a total stranger.
What are you even talking about? I've always been like this. Maybe you just weren't paying attention. Don't push your weird delusions onto me. And don't act like you're some innocent victim here. This is your fault.
My fault?
Duh! You lied about your age. I mean, let's be real. Age fraud is a pretty big deal. And yet here you are acting all high and mighty like I'm the bad guy? Give me a break. You should actually be thanking me. I mean, I could have made a much bigger deal out of it. But I'm letting it slide. I'm being nice. Maybe I went a little too far calling you a nearly 40-year-old hag in front of everyone. My bad. I'll admit that was a little harsh.
A little?
Yeah, I get it. It hurt your feelings, right? Boo-hoo! Look, it was just a joke. Besides, it's not like I was completely wrong. But whatever. I don't want to argue about something so dumb. In the end, we're still getting married, aren't we? So just suck it up. I mean, come on, let's be real. I could have walked away after finding out you lied to me, but I didn't. I'm still here. I'm still marrying you. That's pretty generous of me, don't you think? So why don't we just call it even? I'll forget about your little age lie, and you forget about my little speech. Fair deal, right?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Huh?
I can't believe it! What the hell was that? Who humiliates their own bride at their wedding? What the hell is wrong with that guy? Raina, please just calm down. Calm down? How am I supposed to calm down? Did you even hear what he said up there? He stood in front of everyone, in front of our families, and basically called you a desperate old hag who begged him to marry her. Are you seriously telling me that that doesn't bother you? Of course it bothers me. Then why aren't you furious? Why are you just standing here like this? Why aren't you storming over there and demanding an explanation? Because I still want to believe in him. Believe in him after that? I don't know, Raina. I can't make sense of it. It was so sudden and completely out of nowhere. Up until today, he's never said anything like that before. I still don't know what to think. I still don't understand why he would say something like that. Just because he said something awful, just because it hurt, it doesn't mean I'm ready to throw everything away. I get it, I do. You've been with him for a long time and you love him. You thought you knew him. So now that he's suddenly acting like a total stranger, you don't know how to react. But that doesn't make what he said okay. This is beyond unacceptable. You've always been too kind for your own good. You need to start putting yourself first. I know you're not great at getting angry, but this is something you have to stand up for. Thank you, Raina. I do understand why you're so mad. And a part of me wants to be mad too, but I don't even know what I feel anymore. My thoughts are all over the place and I can't make sense of any of it. I get it. I mean, up until today, he seemed normal. Even when he told your parents about his job, they were concerned, but... Yeah, when he said he was working part-time, my parents were a little worried. I mean, I'm not the kind of person to judge someone based on their employment status. These days, there are plenty of people who make good money from part-time jobs. And he did have a reason for it, right? Yeah, he told me that he was forced out of his last job by someone higher up. Some unfair corporate politics. But he didn't let that stop him. He became a convenience store manager after that, and he told me he really enjoyed the work. That's why he stayed. Are you sure he's actually working? Huh? Of course. He always brags about how good he is at his job. He's like, I'm crazy good at work. I'm the lead part-timer, haha. Apparently he gets left in charge of the store by himself overnight, so he must be managing things properly, right? So tell me, why would someone like that, someone who seems to take his work seriously, pull something this disgusting at his own wedding? None of this makes sense. Listen, you need to talk to him properly. Yeah, I will. And remember this, just because you held the wedding doesn't mean you're legally married yet. Until you file that marriage registration, it's not official. You still have time, so really think about what you're going to do next. No matter what you decide, I'll support you. I just want you to be happy. Victor, please just answer me. Why did you do that?
Oh, this again? Seriously? I'm in the middle of talking to my parents right now. If you've got so much time to stand around whining, why don't you go finish your outfit change instead? You're making a big deal out of nothing.
I am begging you, just answer me.
You're acting like this is my fault, but let's be real here. You lied about your age, didn't you? You shaved off a few years and pretended to be younger. That's on you. If you had just been upfront from the start, I wouldn't have had to say anything in my speech. But instead, you went and embarrassed yourself. That's not my problem. You're the one who did something shady first. You got caught. End of story. Don't go blaming me for stating the obvious. That's just common sense.
If being with me was so unbearable, if you resented it so much that you had to humiliate me at our wedding, then why did you even marry me in the first place?
Huh? Why? Because it was convenient.
What?
Look, all of my friends have been getting married. Some of them even have kids now. I was the only one left. And, I mean, that's kind of embarrassing, right? Being the last one standing. It's like losing some sort of competition. So yeah, I figured I'd just get married too.
You can't be serious.
Why wouldn't I be? come on, think about it. Nobody wants to be the only one still single. Every time we all got together, someone would be like, "Oh, Victor, when are you getting married?" And then I'd have to laugh it off like it didn't bother me. But it did. It did bother me. So I figured, screw it, I'll just get married too. Problem solved.
So you're telling me you only married me so you wouldn't feel left out?
Bingo! I mean, don't get me wrong, you're fine, I guess. But let's be real, it's not like I was head over heels or anything. You were there, you wanted to get married, so I thought, why not? Worked out for both of us, right?
Worked out?
Well, yeah. I mean, you should be grateful. You're not exactly in your prime anymore, you know. But even knowing that, I still went ahead and married you. That's gotta count for something, right?
You really think like that?
What? I'm just being honest. And let's be real, it's not like you had a ton of options either. You wanted to get married and, well, there I was. You should be thanking me.
I see.
Huh?
I finally understand.
What the hell, Reiko? You telling me you're actually 32? And what the hell was that speech? Why the hell would you do something like that?
I told you over and over again that I was younger than you, but you refused to believe me. So I did exactly what you did. I used the wedding speech to clear my name. You had no problem humiliating me in front of everyone, but now that the tables have turned, you suddenly have a problem with it?
Are you fucking kidding me? You just made a complete fool out of me in front of all my friends!
Oh, please. You've been going around whining about how you were tricked, how you were some poor victim because I lied about my age. After all the times I corrected you, you were the one who refused to listen. Not only that, but you snooped through someone's wallet like a creep and then got the wrong idea. Honestly, I think the fact that you jumped to conclusions so quickly makes you the biggest joke of all.
Wait, are you telling me that wallet wasn't yours? No way! I checked the name, I know I did!
Did you actually check everything? The full name, the birth date, did you take the time to read it properly?
I mean, I was in a hurry, so I didn't exactly,
Exactly. And let's not forget the most important part of this. You went through someone else's wallet without their permission. That alone makes you trash. But now you're throwing a tantrum because your own stupidity backfired? God, you're pathetic. And by the way, my older sister loves beauty and skincare. She's always looked ridiculously young for her age. Plus, we look really similar. So of course, if you were rushing, you might have confused her photo ID with mine.
But I know I saw your name!
Oh, Victor, let me guess. You saw a name, barely glanced at it, and assumed it was mine, right? My name is Reiko, my sister's name is Reina. Do you see the problem? Our names are only one letter apart. Considering you were snooping like a guilty little thief, you were probably too nervous to even double check. Your eyes were locked onto the birth date, weren't they? You were so fixated on that number, you didn't even think to verify the full name properly.
Well, fine! But if that's the case, why the hell didn't you just tell me before? Why did you have to publicly humiliate me like that in front of everyone?
Oh, you really have the audacity to ask me that? The nerve of you, Victor. You had no problem dragging my name through the mud in front of our guests. You turned me into a joke and you enjoyed it. But now that you're the one on the receiving end, you're throwing a fit? You keep trying to make me the villain here, but the only one to blame is you. You did this first. You set the rules of this game. And now that you've lost, you want to cry foul? But don't worry, I'm not going to be petty like you. I'm not going to smirk and tell you to just deal with it. I'm simply going to handle this properly.
What the hell does that mean? Unbelievable! Do you even realize what the hell you just did?
Oh, I know exactly what I did. I made sure to tear up the marriage certificate right in front of all our guests, which means you and I are officially done. Engagement over. You do understand what this means, right?
You bitch! First you throw a tantrum about not wanting to get married, and now you go and humiliate me like that, right in front of my friends, my family? You made me look like a damn fool!
Oh, please. The only fool here is the one who did something shameful in the first place. If you don't want to be seen as pathetic, maybe you shouldn't have acted pathetic. And besides, weren't you the one complaining about marrying me? Didn't you say it was just for convenience? Didn't you make it crystal clear that you didn't actually want this marriage? So why are you so pissed now that I gave you exactly what you wanted? Why are you whining now that I set you free? You don't get to play the victim, Victor. Not after what you said in that speech. You told all your friends, your favorite little audience, that you were forced into this marriage. You laughed about it. You knocked me. So go ahead. Tell them all now. Tell them how you got dumped at your own wedding. Tell them how the woman you didn't want threw you away first. Reiko, that was brilliant! Honestly, I can't stop thinking about how you handled that. I didn't even expect you to go that far. Tearing up the marriage certificate right at the wedding, you really made a statement. Thanks, Raina. I mean, I'm a little worried I might have gone too far with it. Maybe it was a bit much. Are you kidding? You did exactly what needed to be done. Honestly, it was perfect. You know, we were all a bit nervous, especially Dad and Mom, but now that the engagement's officially over, there's no going back. It's a relief for all of us. I'd been feeling for a while that this marriage just wasn't going to work. I loved him, I really did, but after the way he treated me, no way. But honestly, I never imagined the day would come where I'd be ripping up the marriage certificate in front of everyone like some kind of drama. But hey, it felt good, didn't it? Like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Wait, hold up. You're not really thinking this is the end of it, right? But I thought we could end it here. What do you mean, end it here? That's just the beginning. Honestly, you're being way too soft. You think this is over just because you ripped up a piece of paper? That was nothing. If you think I'm going to let someone who mocked my sweet little sister off with just a little public spectacle, you've got another thing coming. We're not stopping here. I've got a whole list of things planned, and trust me, it's not going to be easy for him. I'm going to make sure he regrets every single thing he did to you. Let's make him pay for all the humiliation, all the lies, and all the insults. This won't be just some small little revenge. It's going to be thorough. It's going to be relentless. I'm not letting anyone get away with treating you like that. You've got me behind you, Reiko. I'll take care of everything step by step. Don't worry about a thing.
What the hell, Reiko? Why do I have to be the one to pay for the alimony? You're the one who broke off the engagement without any warning. This whole thing is ridiculous. Shouldn't you be the one paying instead of me?
Alimony is for the perpetrator to pay the victim, Victor. At the wedding, in front of everyone, you openly mocked me with lies. You made a fool out of me, and that's defamation. I'm asking for compensation for the emotional distress you caused. Simple as that.
What? This is unbelievable. I'm the one suffering here. Because of you, I'm still the butt of every joke. My friends are all mocking me, saying nice job getting dumped at your own wedding. I've been ridiculed, humiliated in front of everyone. And now you're telling me I have to pay you? You're out of your mind.
Oh, really? If you feel so wronged, then go ahead and sue me for alimony. I'm not stopping you from filing for it. But here's the thing, you're going to need proof. You need solid evidence that I've caused you emotional pain. Do you have that? Can you show it?
What do you mean, proof? Someone must have recorded the whole thing. There's gotta be a video somewhere.
Oh, that's your grand plan, huh? Go ahead, ask for the video then. Go ahead and beg for it. Beg for the footage of your wife tearing up the marriage certificate in front of everyone, and then explain that you need it to claim emotional distress. Can you do that? Can you honestly get on your knees and beg for that? No, you can't, because you've got way too much pride to do something that humiliating.
Damn it, they'll give it to me without me even asking. I know they will. I don't need to beg.
If your friends are so willing to give that footage to you without asking, then they're clearly not the ones laughing at you. No, I'm the one they're laughing at, and they're doing it because of you. But you don't want to see it, do you? You don't want to face the fact that your so-called friends don't really have your back. If they really respected you, they wouldn't be mocking you like this, so don't come at me with that.
But, I mean...
Look, Victor, if you're so upset about it, then you know what you need to do. Get a lawyer, go to court. But just know that if you go down that road, we're looking at a long and messy battle. This won't be easy.
Court?
Yes, court. And don't expect me to back down. Unless you've got a real plan and you're ready to play, this is just getting started. You think I'm going to let this slide after everything you did?
No way! I'm not paying! I don't even know any lawyers! How the hell do you have one already?
Well, that's easy to answer. My sister's a lawyer.
Your sister? The one who looks exactly like you?
Yes. You know, the one you insulted by calling her almost 40? She hasn't forgotten that, not for a second. And she's not about to let you get away with what you did. She's got one of her top lawyer friends to take this on for me. So now, you've not just made an enemy out of me, you've got my sister involved too. You thought humiliating me at the wedding would be the worst of it? No, this is just the beginning, Victor. Don't think for a second that you're getting away with any of this. You've made this personal, and it's going to cost you.
What the hell is this? You're the one who ran your mouth to my company, right?
Hello, Victor. That's quite an accusation. When you say ran my mouth, I assume you mean I informed them of your behavior? Oh, and by the way, I don't remember ever giving you my contact information, so I'm curious how you got it.
I had to drag it out of my boss. Stop pretending like you didn't know. It's because of you that my company's now asking me for damages.
It's because you caused the damage that they're doing, so isn't it? It's not exactly a mystery, Victor.
What are you talking about? What the hell is this? Who are you, and how do you know all this about me?
Oh, it's quite simple, Victor. You and I met at your wedding. Remember, the one where you made a spectacle out of my sister? By the way, you also referred to me as a 40-something old woman during your speech, didn't you?
Wait, what?
Yes, that's right. I'm Reiko's older sister, Reina. And just so we're clear, I'm 38, not almost 40, as you so kindly pointed out. I really didn't appreciate the way you treated my sister at her own wedding. But now it's time to pay the price for what you did, Victor.
Wait, you're her sister?
That's correct. And it's absolutely beyond me how you could ridicule my sister like that in front of everyone. You can't just mock her and then pretend like it's all going to disappear. Now, you're going to take responsibility for your actions.
This has nothing to do with you!
Oh, but it does, Victor. You see, I'm a lawyer. And I felt it was necessary to share this information with your company. I couldn't let them remain in the dark about your history, not after what happened at the wedding. But that's not all, you see. I've also been looking into your past. Did you know that you used to be a full-time employee before you were demoted to part-time?
What does that have to do with anything?
I'll tell you what it has to do with it. As I dug into your background, I heard about your time at the store. Apparently, you've been involved in multiple incidents, including theft of supplies and property damage. And here's the kicker. While you were working with others, you were trusted to handle the store alone during night shifts. Given your track record, the company thought they could trust you, but turns out they were mistaken. They found out about everything, Victor.
That's ancient history. What's the point of bringing all this up now?
The point is that the company thought you had moved on from your past mistakes. But when I heard about your wedding and how you made a fool of my sister, I felt it was time to remind them of your history. You see, they were concerned about your trustworthiness when I told them about the wedding incident. Then as they looked further into your past, they found even more concerning things like theft from the cash register. So don't be surprised that they're coming after you for damages.
This is all your fault. If you hadn't said anything, they never would have found out.
Victor, yelling at me won't change anything. You should have thought about the consequences before you decided to treat my sister like a joke at her wedding. Now the consequences are rolling in and there's no avoiding them.
Damn it, this is unreal! Why the hell is all of this happening to me?
It's happening because of your own actions, Victor. You dug this hole yourself. The moment you decided to disrespect my sister and act like her wedding was a joke, you sealed your fate. And now your company is fully aware of your past mistakes. So now it's up to you to face the consequences. I'm just here to make sure you do.
This isn't right. You have no right to do this to me.
Oh, but I do. I'm Reiko's sister, and I'm not going to let you get away with hurting her. You thought you could laugh off your actions, but now it's time to make sure you take responsibility for them. And Victor, it's not just about the wedding anymore. It's about everything you've done up until now. You want to scream and shout about how unfair this is, but deep down, you know you brought this upon yourself.
You're all a bunch of liars!
Funny, I don't hear any apologies coming from you. You want to talk about fairness? Then let's talk about what's fair. You made my sister a joke at her own wedding, and now you're paying the price. It's as simple as that. So you can keep shouting, or you can start taking responsibility for the mess you've made. The choice is yours, Victor.
Please, Reiko. I can't handle this alone. You're the only one who can help me now. Don't leave me like this.
You really think you can turn to me now after everything? You've made your bed, Victor. You had chance after chance, and each time you threw it away. Now you expect me to clean up the mess you made?
I didn't mean for it to go this far. I didn't think things would turn out like this.
You never thought about the consequences of your actions. You never took responsibility for anything. The way you humiliated me at the wedding, the way you've treated people, and then the lies you spread about me. Did you ever think about how it would end?
I was under pressure, Reiko. You don't understand.
Oh, I understand perfectly. I understand that you're only thinking about yourself right now. You have lost everything, your friends, your reputation, your job, and now you're begging for forgiveness. But you know what? That's not enough anymore. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. I tried to believe in you, in us, but you don't deserve that anymore.
Please, just one more chance. I'll do anything. Just don't let this be the end.
You had all the chances, Victor. You think crying and begging is going to fix things? Too late. You had every opportunity to change, but you kept choosing the easy way out, lying, manipulating, and blaming everyone but yourself. Now the consequences are catching up to you, and you want me to just swoop in and save you?
I didn't know how much I'd hurt you. I never meant to destroy everything.
You're right, you didn't know. You never understood what your actions meant until now, and now it's too late to fix it. You've hurt more people than you'll ever realize. You've crossed too many lines, and now you're facing the consequences alone. And you know what? That's exactly what you deserve. The world doesn't revolve around you, and neither do I.
But Reiko, I love you. I can't lose you. I'll change. I'll be different. Just please.
Love? You don't know what love is, Victor. You only care about yourself. You've never cared about anyone but your own ego. I loved you once, but that's not enough anymore. You've lost everything, and it's not my job to pick up the pieces.
No, please, please don't do this to me.
Goodbye, Victor. It's over. Reiko, I've got some really good news for you. Oh, what's going on, Raina? You've got that tone. What happened? Well, your ex-fiancé, it looks like he's in a world of trouble now. The company's filed for damages and he's somehow managed to rack up a massive amount of debt over it. To make matters worse, he was fired from his part-time job and the rumors have spread like wildfire. No one wants to hire him now. I heard the company even filed a report against him and he might end up arrested soon. I can't believe things went that far. So it's really over for him? Yeah, seems like it. Honestly, I thought he might just get away with a slap on the wrist, but no, this is way worse than I thought. By the way, how's everything going on your side? Have you been able to get the compensation from him? That's the thing, Raina. It's proving harder than I thought. I've been in the middle of the lawsuit process, but it's dragging on longer than expected. I'll get there, but it's taking more time than I'd like. Of course I get it, but honestly, now that I'm hearing about how much trouble he's in, I'm glad things are going the way they are for you. He's suffering the consequences of his actions. But as for you, make sure you keep pushing for what you deserve. Don't back down. I won't, trust me. I'm not giving up, but you know what? I found out something interesting today. He's been cut off from his family, too. They don't want anything to do with him now. He's alone, completely alone. The friends he used to boast about, all of them have turned their backs on him, too. They're all laughing at him, saying karma's a bitch and all those things. I honestly didn't expect this, but now that I'm seeing the situation, I'm not sure I feel sorry for him anymore. Well, sounds like he really shot himself in the foot there. I get it. It's hard not to feel like maybe there was something more you could have done for him, right? Maybe if you'd talked to him more, tried to help him earlier, things wouldn't have spiraled so out of control. Exactly. I keep thinking, could I have done something differently? Should I have stepped in before things got this bad? I was just so focused on what he was doing, what he was saying to me. I thought maybe if I just kept my patience, things would get better, but now I'm not so sure. I understand. It's a tough spot to be in, especially for someone like you, Reiko. You care so much, sometimes a little too much. You try to fix things for everyone, even when they're beyond fixing. But here's the thing, this doesn't mean you failed. It just means that there are things you can't control. Sometimes letting go is what's best for you and them. Yeah, I'm realizing that now. I thought I could carry the weight of it all myself. Looking at the situation, I see now that I can't, and that's okay. It's not weakness to need help or to step back when things are out of your hands. I have to trust people, let them step in when they need to. Exactly, it's about finding that balance, Reiko. You don't have to carry it all alone. You've got people who care about you and you can lean on them. But most importantly, you have to trust them. You can't keep trying to save everyone by yourself. You've got to allow people to help you in return. Yeah, I think you're right. I've learned a lot from this whole mess. I've been so focused on fixing others that I've lost sight of what I need to do for myself. Maybe it's time I take a step back and learn how to trust people more rather than constantly carrying everything myself. You're getting there, Reiko. It's all a process. You're stronger than you realize, and as for him, well, he made his own bed, didn't he? Now he'll have to lie in it. It's tough, but sometimes people don't change until they hit rock bottom. You're right. He made his choices, and now it's too late. I just hope somehow he learns something from all of this. But for now, I need to focus on me. On what's next for me, and finally stop carrying the burden of his mistakes on my shoulders. That's the spirit. You've got this, Reiko. Victor was ordered to pay a staggering $50,000 in damages by the convenience store company he had worked for. It seems that despite his best efforts to fight back with a lawsuit, the case was an uphill battle. The evidence against him was solid and undeniable, especially the security camera footage, which captured every detail of his actions. It was clear to the court that he had done wrong, and ultimately he lost the case. This defeat was just the beginning of his problems. The $50,000 in damages was just the start. The court fees piled on top, further compounding his already precarious financial situation. The debts he now faced were monumental, and even though he tried to put up a fight, it was only a matter of time before it all came crashing down. And if that wasn't enough, he found himself in a desperate financial situation. With no money to pay me the compensation I was owed, he decided to come to my house. But his actions didn't stop there. In his state of panic, he caused a great deal of trouble, which forced me to call the police. His behavior was erratic, and the situation escalated quickly. As a result, I was granted a restraining order against him. Soon after, the convenience store he worked for filed a formal complaint, and the police accepted the report, which led to his arrest. Even if he's released, his problems will not disappear. The debts he owes both me and others will still follow him. There's no escaping the consequences now. The life he's built for himself is shattered, and it's clear that he's facing a long and difficult road ahead. The idea of him having to live with the repercussions of his actions for the rest of his life, knowing that he's responsible for the pain he's caused, fills me with a sense of justice. There's a certain satisfaction in knowing that he can't escape the mess he's created. He now left to deal with the consequences of his own choices, and there's a part of me that feels relief, even though it doesn't change what happened. On the other hand, I made a decision that I thought was necessary for my own peace of mind. I moved to a new place, just in case Victor or anyone else tried to cause any further trouble. At first, the change was difficult. Moving into a new environment always comes with its own set of challenges, and I had to adjust to being in a completely different place. It wasn't easy, and there were moments when I felt overwhelmed. However, I had been lucky enough to have the unwavering support of my friends and family, and thanks to their encouragement and help, I've managed to get through this tough period. Being alone can be tough, and at times it does get lonely. There's no denying that. But I've learned that solitude isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's allowed me to take a step back, reflect on what I've been through, and focus on my own growth. I know that I am stronger for having gone through this experience, even though it was painful. Now, with Victor's actions firmly in my past, I am choosing to move forward. I've reflected deeply on the lessons I've learned, and I am determined to use this experience as a stepping stone for personal growth. I refuse to let Victor's mistakes define my future.
Today was nothing short of a nightmare, a day filled with nothing but annoyance and disaster. But Peyton, if I'm being honest, maybe this was a good opportunity for you to learn something, wouldn't you agree? By the way, don't forget to transfer the tuition fee later. The total comes to $1,000, just in case you missed that detail. But then again, I suppose that's probably a lot for you. Considering you can't even afford decent snacks, it might be a bit of a stretch for you to come up with that. How laughable. Jordan, seriously, stop with this nonsense. I am done with your childish games. Do you even comprehend how much your actions have messed everything up for everyone else here? You have caused more than enough problems. Problems? Oh, don't make me laugh. That's my line, dear. You have no idea how much your behavior has upset me. How could you, in your right mind, belittle us like that? How could you say such disgusting things like claiming that my daughter's fiancé is from a single-mother household and therefore somehow unworthy? What kind of joke is that? And let's not forget that your son's financial situation is actually better, right? So it seems like the only truly pathetic poor person in all of this is you. You're the one that's struggling. I almost feel sorry for your poor son. He must have suffered so much living with such a person. Let me tell you something. Your hands, your filthy hands, are not something I would even think of touching. The thought is nauseating.
Sure, it may not be high-end gourmet sweets, but it's still delicious. And more than that, it's a reminder of family, of memories that matter. I thought you'd appreciate that.
Stop pretending to be so naive. Are you seriously trying to mock us? It's honestly beyond belief. This is exactly what's wrong with people like you, mothers who don't know how to raise their children properly without a shred of decency. A nurse's assistant? Really? You're not even a nurse, just a part-time helper acting like you're some sort of professional.
I admit I may not be a full-fledged nurse, and my work isn't as grand as others in the field. Let me tell you something. It's still a crucial job in the healthcare system, one that requires empathy and dedication. It may not be flashy, but it's necessary. But you wouldn't understand, would you? You'd rather judge people based on their job, their family background, their social status. It's the only way you see the world.
And what if it is? What's the problem with that? So because your husband has a more prestigious job, you think it's perfectly acceptable to stomp on the gifts of others? To crush the offerings of someone just trying to show a bit of kindness? You think that's acceptable behavior? Honestly, you still don't get it, do you? Of course it's justified. It's absolutely justified. I don't regret asking you to leave one bit. You were nothing but an eyesore just standing there in front of the door, wasting everyone's time. I couldn't stand it anymore. Leave, now. Fine. You want me to leave? I'll go. But take your trash with you. Don't you dare think about dumping it somewhere else on your way out. Keep it with you, the garbage that it is.
Mom, I'm not coming home tonight.
What? You're not coming home? I thought you came back home, but then I saw you leave again. I've been worried, wondering where you were going and why you left in such a rush.
Yeah, I'm staying with Amy tonight. I went to her family's house today to introduce myself properly. I had good intentions, but I ended up being kicked out. Amy was hurt the most by all of this, and I can't just leave her feeling like that, so I want to be there for her, comfort her.
I understand. If it's for that reason, it's fine. But please, Andrew, make sure you apologize to Amy for me as well. I don't want her to feel like this is my fault.
Yeah, I'll do that. But there's something else I want to discuss with you. I think it's time for us to cut ties, Mom.
What? What are you talking about? What do you mean, cut ties?
I mean exactly what I said. The reason I was thrown out today? It's all because of you. But you know what? I've worked really hard to build my life. I've got a solid job that pays well, and I didn't need any extra tutoring to get into a national university. I've got a good future ahead of me, and that's because of my own effort.
I've caused you some stress. I know that, Andrew. But you've seen how hard I've worked, how much I've done for you. I've supported you in Amy's relationship from the start. I was honestly happy when I heard you'd met someone good at work.
Yeah, so for both of our sakes, can you just let me go? If you truly love me and want the best for me, you'll understand why this needs to happen. You'll know what needs to be done.
This is too much, Andrew. It's extreme. I can't just accept this. I have tried to be a good mother. I have done my best. You can't just throw it all away like this.
But Mom, I'm not coming home tonight and I don't plan on coming back. I've already packed everything I need, all my work stuff, everything else. I'm gonna make it on my own. And you know, I think Jordan will accept me as I am, on my own, without needing to have this constant tension with you.
No, you can't be serious. I know I'm not perfect, and maybe I haven't been the best mother compared to others, but I've always loved you. I've always cared for you, Andrew. I've done everything I could for you. You can't just throw all that away.
That's exactly why I'm asking you to cut ties, Mom. Do you understand? I'm grateful for everything you've done for me, for raising me, but this is where it ends. I've come this far on my own, and I need to move forward without you holding me back. I don't want to keep living under your expectations. Goodbye, Mom.
Andrew, wait. Please don't leave like this. Please don't walk away. Andrew's mother. How have you been? Funny thing, Andrew came to see me again yesterday, begging for something. Oh? Andrew came to you? Yes, he did. He actually said, I'd really appreciate it if you could see me as I am, without the preconceived notions you have. Can you imagine that? He actually bowed to me like that. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. He's not bad looking, comes from a prestigious background, graduated from a renowned university, and works at a big company, the same one my daughter's at. By all accounts, he's decent. And then he says he's severed ties with you, as if that wasn't enough of a statement. He's trying to make this whole thing sound like that it's for the best. He says if you're out of the picture, then everything will be fine. It's honestly so much better this way. My daughter deserves someone like him, someone who's got a future. It's a relief to know she's found the perfect match.
So he really did say that? He cut ties with me? He's serious then?
Oh yes, absolutely. He even showed me the text messages.
What did they say?
He said something like how bringing such lowly gifts like cheap candy made him feel ashamed. And then he said it's time to cut the unnecessary baggage. He thinks it's time to leave people like you behind, to move on. If he really cared about my daughter, he'd be done with this drama by now. He's just cleaning up his life. Do you see now? The fact is, he was never really interested in fixing things with you. He doesn't need you holding him back.
I can't stand this. I won't accept it. I need to talk to him directly. I deserve that chance.
You think you deserve anything at all? I've moved on, and honestly, I don't even care anymore. I'm happy with how things have turned out, and I don't need anyone messing with that.
Are you really saying this to me after everything?
Oh, now you want to talk, after all the damage that's been done? Well, let me make this crystal clear. You're in the way now. You've overstayed your welcome. You think you can just waltz back into his life after all of this? You're too late. He's already made up his mind. It's time for you to go, leave, and never ever try to contact me again.
This isn't fair. I am his mother. How could he do this?
Oh, but it's perfectly fair, don't you see? You've already had your chance. But now you're nothing more than a hindrance. You should never have interfered in the first place. This is what happens when you make the wrong choices. Goodbye, and don't come back.
Fine. I won't ever bother you again, but you'll never see how much pain this is causing me. Goodbye.
Wait, what is going on here? Explain yourself. You were the one who gave the order, right? You can't just leave me in the dark like this. You owe me an explanation. Hurry up and tell me what's happening.
What are you talking about? Didn't I clearly tell you that we should never have any dealings with each other again? Wasn't that the point of the whole thing?
Stop playing dumb with me. You're not fooling anyone. You've been acting so smug, thinking I wouldn't catch on, but I knew it all along. I should never have trusted someone like you. I knew it. I knew I should have walked away from this the moment I saw that attitude of yours. How could I have been so blind?
Oh, is this about that?
Oh, the whole honeymoon thing?
You told me you wanted to go on a honeymoon after we got married, and I agreed, right? Then I sent you off thinking everything was fine, but you never came back. What happened? You left and completely vanished, gone without a trace.
So you knew about that, huh? So it was all your doing, wasn't it? When I finally took the time to check the house, I noticed something odd. Amy's bank book, her personal bank reports, all sorts of things were missing. She couldn't have possibly done that on her own. She's not capable of making such a bold move. So I'm sure you had something to do with it. You're behind all of this, aren't you? Can't believe I'm even asking this, but where is she? Where's Amy? You have to tell me right now. If you don't send her back, I'll go to the police and report this as a kidnapping. Don't think I won't do it.
But that would be a problem, wouldn't it? The truth is Amy isn't here, and she's not at my house. Both Andrew and Amy, they went on a plane together, traveling far away. They're not here anymore. Oh, and just so you know, it wasn't a vacation they went on. It's more like they decided to move.
A move? What do you mean a move? Are you out of your mind?
If they're getting married, what's so strange about them moving together? Isn't that what you'd expect? It's not like this is some odd thing. Andrew got transferred to a regional office. I don't know all the details, but they had to leave to adjust to that. It's not that complicated.
But what about me? What does this mean for me? You're telling me I've been left behind? Well, you can't be serious. No, this is wrong. I allowed you to stay in this house only under the condition that we would all live together. How could this happen? How could you do this to me?
Well, if it was just a verbal agreement, then I guess it's not really something they had to honor, right? It wasn't a contract or anything official, was it?
How can you sit there so calmly as if none of this matters to you? You've got to be kidding me. You, of all people, have the nerve to stay composed. Haven't you been in the exact same position as me? You were abandoned too, weren't you?
Oh, I see. Maybe you've misunderstood the situation, haven't you? Those messages we exchanged, that was all on purpose. I intentionally made sure Andrew sent me those messages that made it look like I had been abandoned. That was my plan. I knew it would confuse you.
What did you say? You're telling me those messages were on purpose?
Yes, that's right. On the way back, we discussed everything. We talked about how things needed to go from here, and I knew that you were struggling with your feelings about being a single mother raising a child alone. I thought maybe if I had Andrew act the same way, pretend to be in a similar situation, it would help him connect to the whole thing. Maybe it would make him feel more sympathetic towards me.
But of course, that was a mistake. I should have known it wouldn't work. So, from the very beginning, you were just trying to deceive me? This whole time, you were playing some sick game. What kind of heartless, twisted people are you? You're nothing more than frauds. You've lied to me, and now you expect me to just let this go? I can't. I won't. You can't take my daughter away from me, no matter what. I will not let that happen. I want my daughter back now. You've crossed that line. You're criminals. Do you understand?
You know, deep down, I really did want to get along with Amy. I wanted to be able to make things work to get along with her. But after what I saw happen to the gift I brought over, I realized something. This situation is beyond repair. There's no going back from this. I finally understand how your husband must have felt, all the frustration, the helplessness. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually get it now.
My husband? What do you mean, your husband? What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense to me.
It doesn't matter now, does it? We're not in this together anymore. If you're really worried about your daughter, then you need to get in touch with my son. He's the one who can help you.
You think someone like you, some poor old woman, could do anything about this? You think you're in any position to make threats or have any control over what happens next? Oh, how foolish. But go ahead. Remember this, you will be held accountable for everything that's going to unfold. You'll be the one to face the consequences of all this, so prepare yourself. Just wait and see. Pick up the phone, you criminal. You've got some nerve ignoring me.
What's this? Do you even realize what time it is? I don't have the time to deal with someone as inconsiderate as you. You really think I'm gonna drop everything just because you're desperate?
You don't have time. Oh, now you're acting all calm and collected, huh? So you're too busy to answer a call, but not too busy to scheme behind my back.
Well, it's true. I'm busy. I'm watching a movie with my wife, eating ice cream together, enjoying the life I've built. Maybe you should try it sometime. You might actually find happiness if you stopped obsessing over things you can't control.
Don't you dare joke with me, you bastard. You think you can just sit there and ignore everything you've done? How dare you? You have taken my daughter away from me, and I'll be damned if I let you get away with it. You want to play this game? Fine, but I'll make sure you regret it. Give her back right now. I will never, never accept this marriage.
But the paperwork has already been filed, and Amy is officially my wife now. We've moved to a new place, and she's happy here. She's finally free. Free from you, Jordan. That's what she says. She's relieved to be away from the life you've forced on her. From your constant need to control everything.
What do you mean by that? Are you trying to make me out to be the bad guy? You think I'm the villain here?
Well, at least to me you are. And I think your late husband would agree with me if he were still around. But I'm sure he already saw through you before it was too late.
What's this talk about my husband? Why bring him up now? Don't you dare talk about him like you know anything about him. You think you're so clever, so smug, but I'll tell you, Amy is a victim and you're the one who manipulated her. You've been playing with her life, pulling the strings, and for what? You could feel important? All I've ever done is try to be a mother or to raise my daughter right. I have sacrificed everything for her.
I see. Just like my father-in-law said. It's all starting to make sense now.
What? What are you talking about?
When my father-in-law was in the hospital, my mother was the one taking care of him. She heard everything. Your story, your daughter's story. How you ended up in an arranged marriage, how things were fine at first but slowly fell apart. You know what I heard? You were cold, distant, always demanding more from your husband. Maybe it was the money, maybe it was something else, but you made everything about yourself. And then you turned on Amy. You made her your personal servant.
I didn't make her do anything. I was teaching her how to be a bride, how to prepare her for her future. Her father's a company president. I couldn't have her walking around thinking she's entitled to everything. She needed discipline. She needed to learn how to survive, and I needed her to be strong. My husband was sick for years. He was fighting cancer, and I couldn't depend on him. I couldn't live in weakness. I needed her to stand on her own 2 feet.
Right. And now, after all these years of draining your family's fortune while your husband was in and out of the hospital, you've become dependent on Amy, haven't you? You can barely keep your head above water. You're using her money to survive, aren't you?
You really knew all of that?
Of course I do. My father-in-law was worried about it, and when I checked Amy's bank account, I saw that almost all of her income was being transferred to your account every month. I stopped those automatic transfers, by the way. You've been exploiting her for years. You call that survival skills? It's just manipulation, pure and simple. You've drained your daughter dry for your own gain. How is that any different from theft?
No, this can't be true. I only knew we met through work, and now you're telling me all these ugly truths about the past? How could you have known all this?
It's a crazy coincidence, isn't it? My co-worker's father ends up being my mother's patient. Feels too perfect to be true, but then I thought, maybe it's fate. You know, I could have just helped the person I care about, and when I look back on it, I realize I didn't need your permission. I didn't need your approval. Amy and I are legally married now. Our union is blessed, and we're moving forward. I don't need your interference.
I won't accept this. You need to come and speak to me directly, face to face. Don't you dare hide behind your lies.
You're asking me to do that? After everything you've done to my family, you think I owe you an explanation? You didn't give my mother the chance to speak. You never cared to listen to her. Why should I waste my time with you? I suggest you spend some time alone, Jordan. Cool off, think about everything you've done, and try to figure out where it all went wrong.
Peyton, can I talk to you for a moment? Did you hear what happened? I did, but I'm sure Andrew and Amy are misunderstanding everything. So I was hoping you could help me talk some sense into them. Can you help me persuade them? What exactly do you mean? I think my husband's been under a lot of stress with his illness, and that's been clouding his judgment. He's been worrying so much about our daughter that he's convinced I'm the bad one. It's like everything's spinning out of control. I'm doing my best to hold everything together, but they're not seeing it. They're not seeing the bigger picture. I see. And what about when you left all the housework to Amy? You made her handle all the repairs, the yard work, everything. You didn't want to spend money hiring professionals, so you just handed it off to her. Amy, of all people, turned out to be a real expert in DIY work, didn't she? She was fixing things you couldn't even bother with. It's almost like you were training her to take care of everything for you. Yes, that's right. She's really good at it. I just wanted her to be able to take care of things, to feel proud of what she could do, to not depend on anyone, especially not on me. I was trying to prepare her for life, to make her strong, you know. I never meant for it to be like this. You saved all that money and put it straight into your pocket while your daughter worked herself to the bone, and now you're acting like you were being so helpful? Is that it? You pushed her so hard, you even took advantage of her willingness to please, didn't you? Did you think you could just use her energy, her skills, and pocket the savings without anyone noticing? What are you talking about? Didn't you notice that Amy's things were gone? The moment she left, did you notice anything else? Your little collection of host business cards? I've seen the photos. You took so many pictures of them. You spent a lot of money on this, didn't you? And there were even records of how many bottles of Dom Perignon you popped open, right? Along with those cards? You could have spent that money on your family, on your husband, on your daughter, yet you chose to indulge in this lifestyle. Hey, that's a violation of my privacy. No, what's a violation is what you've done to Amy. Let's look at the dates, shall we? This all started when your husband was first hospitalized. So while your husband was fighting for his life, you were partying with the money he earned, living it up. It's honestly astonishing. You wanted to escape your reality, your responsibility. You wanted freedom without the consequences. You didn't care who you hurt in the process, and now here I am reminding you of the basic decency you seem to have forgotten. Oh, that was just a little thing, a momentary lapse in judgment, like playing with fire, nothing more. It wasn't serious. I never meant for it to get this far. And now you're in debt and using your daughter's money to pay it all off. Is that it? This is what you've been building your life on? Taking from your own daughter? How do you know all of this? Do you really not understand? Andrew and Amy went through the house. They checked everything. Andrew gained your trust, slipped into your life, and from there he found the evidence. I couldn't believe it when he told me, but it made sense, didn't it? He's been in your good graces this whole time. He let you think he was your ally, just waiting for the right moment. You never saw it coming, did you? It's almost impressive how well he played the role. He didn't just see your weakness, he exploited it. What are you saying? Are you insane? Oh, no. This is actually a good thing. Amy is finally free. She can live her life however she wants now without you breathing down her neck. You do want her to be happy, don't you? Even if that means cutting you out of her life completely. Tossing you aside, leaving you to face the consequences of your actions alone. This is a nightmare. It's all a nightmare. What's truly unfortunate is your husband, though. Do you remember the sweets you brought with you when you went to meet him during your marriage preparations? The ones that were his favorite? Wait, those were his? Yes, your husband told me himself that he loved those sweets. Amy gave them to him on Father's Day, and from that moment on, he never stopped talking about them. And you stomped on them, didn't you? You didn't even care about that. This is the love you have for your family, isn't it? That's what it boils down to. You destroyed something that was dear to him. You crushed it with your selfishness, your anger. And now you'll finally learn something from all of this, won't you? It's too late to fix what you've done, but maybe you can start by accepting it. The damage is done, Jordan. There is no going back. This is what you've built, and now you have to live with it. Maybe instead of a lecture, you should just send them a congratulatory gift. That's right, you should wrap up all this mess and offer it as your little thank you to them. A token of your appreciation for their patience, for putting up with you. I'd say it's the least you can do, given everything. Please, I beg you, don't make me suffer any more than this.
What's going on with you all of a sudden, Jordan?
I've tried everything to reach Amy, called her, sent messages, left emails, but nothing. She's not answering. I don't know who else to turn to, so I had no choice but to call you.
Well, considering I had her block you, I guess that makes sense.
Forget about all that. My house is being destroyed. The contractors are here. The wrecking ball is going to tear it down. Do you understand what that means? My home, my life is being ripped away from me. You're the one behind all of this, aren't you? This is all you're doing.
What are you talking about? I don't think Amy's doing anything wrong. She's simply exercising her rights. She sold the land. It's her decision. It's not anything out of the ordinary. You know that, right? After all, the house you're living in, its title, it's under Amy's name, not yours.
Wait, what? It's under her name?
You didn't know that? Are you serious? How could you not know that? Or did she just never tell you? My late father-in-law made sure to transfer the title of the house to Amy when he was still alive. He did that because he knew. He knew there could come a time when someone like you would take advantage of things. It was a safeguard for her in case you did something like this.
No, this can't be happening. What are you saying? You're telling me I've been living here thinking it was mine all this time, and now it's all gone because of this? Just because of this?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, and you must have received the eviction notice. Wasn't that clear enough for you? Were you just ignoring it?
I thought there was something weird with the mail. I thought it didn't feel right, but I never really paid attention to it. I thought Amy was handling everything. I left everything to her. I didn't think it was that important. I didn't think it was something that would lead to all of this.
Well, that's on you. You didn't pay attention to the warning signs, and now you're reaping the consequences. Amy cut ties with you a long time ago. This is the natural outcome. It's no surprise. And another thing about the inheritance, the estate, Amy's share. You took it, didn't you? You helped yourself to what wasn't yours. You're gonna pay for that. I'm taking you to court. I'm suing you, and you'd better return what you took from her. I'm not letting this go.
Why would I have to return it? That money belongs to us, the children. It's not hers to take.
Oh, I see. You think it's yours, huh? It's not a criminal matter, but I can still take legal action. And I will. I'm gonna hold you accountable for what you've done.
But I don't have anything left. How am I supposed to give it back when I have nothing? I don't have the money. You're asking for something impossible.
So you've spent it all, huh? All of it. That's great. Well, guess what? I don't care how hard it's gonna be for you. We're gonna work this out. You'll have to work. You'll have to work for the rest of your life. No experience, no skills, doesn't matter. I'm sure there's a way. Maybe it'll take a few decades, but you'll pay it back eventually. You'll work until the day you die.
But what about my living situation? I can't live on nothing.
Why not? You could work somewhere that offers room and board. You'll have food, shelter, and everything you need. You won't have to worry about that.
You think I can just do that? Do you think it's even possible for me? I've never worked in my life. I'm too old for this now. If I'd had the kind of support some people had, I wouldn't be in this situation. Maybe if I'd had someone like you, someone to love me, someone who took care of me, I wouldn't have had to be in this mess.
Is this how low you're going? Now you're gonna insult my mother too? Even after all that's happened, you're gonna bring her into this? You're gonna mock her life? Listen to me. My mother became a single mother because my father passed away. He died young, unexpectedly. He didn't leave anything behind. There was no inheritance. I was just a kid, and she had to raise me on her own. She had to work. She worked her ass off just to provide for me. She didn't have a choice. She did what she had to do to survive.
Oh, I didn't mean any disrespect. That's so unfortunate. I didn't mean it like that. I was just making a comparison, trying to explain things.
I don't need your explanations. Can you just stop talking? Every word that comes out of your mouth feels like it's poisoning the air. I'm so damn tired of hearing you justify your actions. I'm proud of my mother, and I'll never let you insult her like this. You don't get to treat her like that. If you hate her so much, then fine. I'll cut you off completely. No more contact. We're done.
Wait, you can't just leave me like this. I can't survive alone. Please listen to me. I'll change. I'll do anything. Please don't turn your back on me.
No more. You've had your chance. I'm happy with the life I've built. I don't need you in it. You're nothing but a burden, and I've had enough. You're cut off. Don't contact me again. Never. Goodbye.
Andrew, I'm on the plane now. I should arrive at your airport around evening.
Got it. I'll pick you up. Let me know once you land safely. Amy's been talking about you non-stop. She's been really looking forward to seeing you again.
That's really sweet of her. How's life treating you since you moved to the countryside?
Well, to be honest, it's been a lot harder than I expected. Work's been demanding. The company's expectations are a lot heavier out here. The transportation situation is a nightmare compared to the city, and I've got to drive everywhere just to get things done. Some days it feels like I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere, like an isolated island. It's quiet, peaceful, but at the same time it's lonely. But if it's for my family, I'd go through anything. All of it, even the struggle, it's nothing when it comes to protecting them.
You've really changed, haven't you? When I heard about you from Amy's father, I was so surprised. You really reminded me of someone from Amy's past, someone she used to have feelings for. And to find out it was really her daughter, I couldn't help but laugh. It's funny how dinner conversations can go from something so casual to something this significant, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess it's been a long journey for me. I thought if I just kept pushing, kept trying, she'd notice me. But no matter how much I tried, she never did. And then when I realized it was Jordan who was the one standing in the way, that's when something inside me snapped. I couldn't let it go. I had to step in, do something. I've always felt blessed to have the parents I did. I didn't get much time with my father, but I remember how gentle he was. And my mom, she worked tirelessly, always struggling to make ends meet, yet she never stopped loving me. Even when things were tough, she made sure I felt loved. She showed me what it meant to give, to care for someone deeply, no matter the cost. I realized I wanted to pass that on. I wanted to be able to love someone the way she loved me, to show someone that kind of devotion.
Andrew, I never knew you felt that way about me. So beautiful. I always knew you were a good person, but hearing you say this, knowing what drove you, it's different. It's like I'm seeing a whole new side of you.
Yeah, I don't talk about it much, but I owe everything to you. You're the reason I am the way I am. You raised me with so much love, and I don't think I'll ever be able to thank you enough. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the sacrifices you made, for all the sleepless nights, for the way you always put me before yourself no matter what. I don't think I'll ever stop being grateful for the fact that I was your son. No one will ever replace that.
Andrew, I'm speechless. You've made me feel like the luckiest person in the world. To hear you speak about your mom like that, to know how much she shaped you, how much love you carry with you, it's overwhelming in the best way. I'm so proud of you. And to think here I am, getting to be part of your family. I can't even express how much that means to me. You know, I don't think I could have ever imagined this kind of happiness. The way you care, the way you show up for everyone. More than I ever expected. It's more than I could have ever hoped for. I'm just glad I get to share this with you, to be part of this journey, to be in this moment with you. Jordan lost her house and, in a desperate attempt to find refuge, began visiting relatives. However, each time she showed up, she was turned away. And really, who could blame them? Jordan had always been the kind of stay-at-home wife who never took on any household responsibilities. She didn't contribute to the home in any meaningful way, and her approach to life as a whole lacked any sense of adult responsibility or moral grounding. Over time, as the weight of her circumstances became more and more overwhelming, her pride eventually shattered. In the end, she had no choice but to humble herself and beg for a job at a friend's workplace.
She had to swallow her ego completely, groveling before them in a way she probably never thought she would have to do. Now she spends her days doing menial, repetitive tasks, whatever she can do to stay afloat. But even with her new job, her habits remain unchanged. She still spends money recklessly, and the mountain of debt she's accumulated is a reminder that the road to financial stability and recovery will be long and arduous for her. The future ahead seems filled with struggle, and while she may be working hard, there's a part of me that doubts she'll ever truly escape her past mistakes. On the other hand, things are looking much brighter for Andrew and Amy. After Andrew was transferred to a rural area for his work, it seems the change of environment has done them both some good. Amy, who once struggled under the heavy weight of her mother's control and had little confidence in herself, has found a sense of freedom. The smiles that now grace her face are proof of how much happier she has become. She seems more at ease, as if the chains of her past are finally loosening. It's a reminder that, at the end of the day, parents only wish for the happiness of their children, even if sometimes it feels like those wishes are laced with their own desires or projections. But when you see the joy of someone who's truly found peace, like Andrew and Amy, it brings a certain warmth to your heart. It makes me think about how, if the world were filled with just a little more of that kindness, things might be so much better. When I see their happiness, it makes me reflect on the idea that our happiness doesn't have to be something we seek for ourselves alone. It can be a shared experience. It's easy to feel cynical and jaded when surrounded by selfishness and negativity, but moments like these help me believe in the goodness that still exists in the world. They remind me that there's hope for a kinder, more understanding world where people support one another and live with real compassion.
Hey, Sandy. I hear that you've started to live together with my parents now. Is that true? That's true. Your father had always been taking care of me, ever since I was a little girl, and so I wanted to do something for him in return. Really? I know this is a bit fast, but do you think it would be alright if I come over sometime soon? I mean, if you were willing to let both of them move into the house with you and my brother, then that means it should be fine for me to pay a visit now. What? It's not like that house is even yours, so I should be fine coming over there without your permission, right? Wait, but this is my house. I was the one that put a lot of money into the place. What are you going on about? I know that the house is my dad's, alright? You don't have the kind of money that would allow you to build and live in a house like that. You really have no idea what you're lying about, do you? But I did have the kind of money needed for a place like this, and that's what allowed it to be built here. And if you come out here right now, that's not going to help anything in terms of your relation with us. Huh? Why not? It's not like you have any children of your own, so what's the big deal with me coming over soon with all of mine? Anyway, I'll be over there tomorrow as soon as I can to show the house to my kids. Make sure to have food ready for our 6 mouths, alright? Sandy, thank you for letting me in today. Don't thank me. Sorry for not being more welcoming and caring while you were around. Hopefully the pizza was to your liking. You really don't have to feel sorry about something like that. And the pizza was fine for being frozen. Now, I wanted to talk about your house and how freaking massive it really is. Don't you find that a house like that is a bit too big for someone who doesn't even have any children currently? I'm not sure that's how I feel, but I'll be moving into your house for good now with my 5 kids. So an unproductive woman like you needs to start opening the place up for us, please. There is 5 kids, and I was thinking with there being 3 extra rooms there, 2 can be for the kids and 1 for my husband and I to sleep in. So start placing those orders for things like the bunk beds and such, as well as a queen-size bed for my husband and I. First of all, would you please stop carrying on with the conversation when I haven't even said anything yet? I may not have any kids, but that has nothing to do with my house and how I feel about it. And currently, I have your mother and father living here, which is more than enough people for me to take care of when I come home from work. You're going to use that excuse again? What are you to my dad, really? Because you're making it always sound like you owe him something. Your father was the one that saved me from that car accident that I was stuck in when I was only 5 years old. And when it was soon found out that my parents were both pronounced dead, he took care of me in their place and made sure I was a happy child. Oh my God, so you owe everything to him then? That's kind of how I think about it. If your father wasn't the one to have been there at the time of the crash, it would have been a while before anyone else saw it and called the ambulance. And in that time it took, I would have most likely passed away as well. The thing is though, none of what happened then has anything to do with me. Starting tomorrow, I'll be back again, and with everyone and all of our things in tow. What? After all, I have 5 children with me, right? The house I've been living in now has started to feel really small and constrained for me. It just had me thinking about how I've wanted to move into a new place here soon. But wait, this place is my house, and something like that won't be possible for you all. Huh? You and my brother are married and can have kids, right? Yet you both still have not made one. So how about you both move out of there and into a small little place like I've been in? I think that would get you both to be a lot close with one another, and finally try for those kids I've been making this whole time. But this is my house. Shut the hell up about that already. What has gotten into you today? You think that a lie like that will never go unnoticed? All of your childless women all turn out to become the same kind of liar. In a house as large as that one, there's no reason for a childless woman like you to continue living in it, right? And like I said before, there's no way someone of your likes was able to have a house like that built in the first place. Ugh. For a house of that size to have a woman who doesn't want to make a family living in it, it's a complete waste of things like space and money. I see. Then I guess I have no other choice but to leave it to you. Finally. Thank you so much for doing that, Sandy.
Sandy, I heard a lot about what's happening from Diana. Are you really planning on leaving the house tomorrow?
So you've heard. Actually, what happened after Diana came over to hang out this afternoon, she told me that this house is too big for someone like myself, and that I should just leave it for her to move into. She'll be bringing all 5 of her kids as well, and will be taking the house over from us.
Diana's going to do that? Are you sure?
I'm very sure. She seems to think that the one that had this entire house built wasn't me, but you and your money, Dave. In her head, she can't see someone like myself having the money and everything to build a place as large as this.
That child. So she doesn't even know about how you've been a doctor this whole time or anything? And to think with a husband like hers who was saved by you, she'd be more than aware of the kind of person you are.
I'm sure her husband hasn't told her anything about his doctor was me though. Especially when all she ever brings up with me is the fact that I have no children yet.
Sandy, I'm so very sorry for what my daughter said to you. Think that she'd be acting in such a way to someone who I saved long ago. I think I've seen enough from her now. I will be going ahead with my plan of cutting ties to her now.
I know that you used to love her a lot as your daughter, and that you've helped me a ton with making sure she didn't have the wrong idea of me and such. But seeing as she's still not learned anything from all those cases, I think it's time we give up on her.
Very well then. I'm going to act like I never even knew the woman, because that's how much I'm fed up with her right now. I've been trying to deal with her behavior for so long now, and I can't afford the energy to put up with it a day longer.
Sandy, do you think you can come back over to the house for me? I'm not against having taken this house from you and all, but with the house being so big and all, 5 kids of mine having a blast in the house all the time, the chores have started to become a bit too difficult for me to handle. So could you come back here for me and help out with all of the cleaning? I don't mind if you come later this evening to help with it all. I just need you here sometime today, please. What? What are you talking about right now, Diana? You can't be serious. I'm asking you to come back to this house today to help out with the chores for me. Hold on. How about you figure something out with all of that? Since you're the one living there with all of them now. I have a job and everything that I need to be at. Huh? You don't even have kids right now, so you have to have a lot of free time right now, correct? I'm being kind by allowing you to come back over here and take care of the chores with my kids. Since you don't have any kids, oh, this will make you happy, right? Hey, could you cut it out bringing up the fact that I don't have kids every time you want something from me? What the hell? It's really getting on my nerves now going on and on like that about me not having any kids. If you're so against me not having any kids at my age, then you're better off not talking to me at all, alright? Huh? What's this all about? Are you getting upset with me now over what I said? So you're not going to help someone out even though they're saying they need support? Having to raise 5 kids is a very demanding task, you know. What kind of nerve do you have, turning away someone who could really use your help right now handling all these children and the chores? As someone with no kids, you have no right to be saying no to me. If you come back here and help me out, I'll forgive you for what you just said. So hurry it up and get here, please. Diana, do you really think it's still a good thing for you, of all people, to be talking to me like that? Up until now, you've already had your fair share of treating me like your housewife. But that's not going to be happening anymore. Huh? What are you going on about now? You need to learn what you've done to others like myself, and hopefully that will teach you a lesson. A good lesson. Sandy, what do you think you're doing not coming back to this house like I asked you to? me to come here and take some care of my children as well. I'm sorry, but I have no plans of ever going back to that house again. You're still going on about how you're actually going to stay away from here? Well, I've been telling your childless ass to come back here so that I may show you what it's like to have all 5 of them piled up in the house. Could this be you picking on me now? By not actually coming forward and saying that you'll help me care for them? It's totally fine if that's how you want to play this game. Everyone has moments like these where they just don't listen to what they've been told. I'm serious. No matter what else you have to say to me, I'm not going back. What the hell? Why are you being such an asshole to me right now? That's why. Because having to come back to this house all the time is a pain for you? If having to make the back and forth is too much for you, then I'll let you move in. What? What are you going on about now? You can stay in the garage with the car. It's not like we're using it for anything else, so you can go ahead and live out there. You're saying I can move into the garage? That's right, Sandy. You'll be on the same property as us, and won't have to whine anymore about this place being too far away from you, right? But since I'll be allowing you to live here again, you have to do everything for me that I ask. You're asking me to live in the garage. With that, I'll see you soon. You listen here. I was just kicked out of that house you claim to be yours. What the actual hell is going on here? That house happens to be my house, and I have the right to do whatever I want with it. Huh? Stop screwing around right now, would you? You knew how we were all living there, right? Not really. I never once gave you and your family permission to come and live in my house like you were. You just forced your way in and started to squat there with your kids. Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not even able to get in touch with my dad anymore. Do you have any idea where that old man ran off to? I have no clue as to why you and him aren't talking to one another much anymore. God damn it! What is going on here? I cannot believe what is happening. I'm the one that can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Huh? Since you happen to be Dave's daughter of all people, and since he'd done so much for me, I never said anything about you before. But I really cannot stand sitting around playing dumb anymore. What the hell are you trying to talk about now? I have been saying that that's the house I had built and owned, yet for some reason you continue to think it's your father's and told me to leave. And just when I was moved out and thinking you'd never talk to me again, you start to ask me to come back and do the chores for you? This isn't a freaking joke anymore, you dumb bitch. Huh? Asking you to come out and help isn't that big of a deal, right? You have to have a lot of free time on your hands, so what's wrong with you coming out and being family? I literally have no free time anymore. I have to work every day from close to 12 hours a day. And if there ever is a day that I have off, which can be very rare, I'm not going to spend it going over you and doing all of your chores. What the hell, Sandy? The fact that you don't even have a single child means that you should be happy to come over here and experience what it's like to have kids for once, right? I never asked to have that kind of an experience. I would love to have kids someday, really, but I am stuck with a body that can't do such a thing. Oh my god, I knew you were infertile. You really want kids and all, but your body is too weak to have any. You poor thing. How can you say something that way about me? Huh? What are you trying to get at there? Have you never thought about how anyone else feels when you open your mouth, Diana? Well, I would think about that, but then I remember that you don't have any kids like me, so I don't really care for how you feel. Sorry about that. So that's how you're going to play this game. What was that? Just a second ago, you told me about how your father is no longer replying to any of your texts or calls, right? That's right. I knew you knew something about that. Right now, your father is helping me out again. So then, you tell me what the hell you're both up to right now. You'll find that out today, I'm pretty sure. Stop trying to beat around the bush about me and tell me right now. I don't have time to sit around and wait any longer.
Diana, I'm gonna be cutting ties with you now.
Hold on, Dad. What kind of stupid joke is that you're trying now? Were you told to say something like that to me by that asshole?
That asshole? Are you talking about Sandy right now?
Of course I am, Dad. Who the hell else would I be calling an asshole right now? Now, I want to talk about the damn house, Dad. I just lost the one and only place I had to live. So what am I supposed to do now? Where the hell even are you right now, Dad?
I never thought that someone like you was so self-centered before.
Wait, what are you even talking about right now?
I am partially to blame for never doing anything about that attitude sooner. But after what's happened this time, I can't deal with you anymore.
Then tell me what the hell you're going on about.
Diana, not only did you take over her house from her, but you started to go on about how she means nothing because she hasn't had any kids. And then you went on about how she needs to care for your kids to make up for it, and experience what a true mother feels. All you've been saying and doing to her has been complete and utter bullcrap.
Why do you care? That's all you have to say to me? Well, the thing is that I meant everything I've done and said to her. For a woman to not have any kids at all makes her anything but a woman. Having to say something like this about her really makes me want to vomit. But I told her that she could move back into the house with us by staying out in the garage and taking care of my kids. I said that she could do that, yet she had the nerve to say no to that.
You said something like that to her?
Considering she's never worked a day in her life before, she has to have so much time on her hands. Yet she went ahead and ignored my offer like it was nothing to her. And then she went and sold the freaking house that we were all living in. Can you believe the crap that she's pulling right now?
Unbelievable.
Right? Seriously, that childless bitch is the worst, right?
The one who I can't believe right now is you, Diana.
What?
What makes you think someone who isn't working would be able to build a house of that size and everything?
No way. Like I was saying to her, you were the real one who paid for that house to be built and everything, right? Either that, or you were the one who gave her the money to do so, right? For someone who says she owes everything to you, she has been taking a lot of your money and time still.
I haven't done anything, though. The house was made using the money Sandy earned throughout her career, and that's why she was the one that allowed us to move in.
Wait, what was that? So that woman has had money this whole time? Well, if that's the case, then right now she should be helping me out with all of my problems, right?
Diana, you're still going to say things like that about her? You know who the hell it was that allowed you to have all those children? It was Sandy.
Huh? You're lying about that, right? I haven't heard a thing about her being a doctor or anything like that.
Ugh, of course you haven't. Just like your mother, you and her never once done anything to care about your family's issues.
Huh?
Did you forget about how when your first child was born, she had all those health issues? As I remember, it was your husband who went through all the work of making sure she was treated at the hospital and all for you. Well, the one who jumped in to help out with all that was Sandy.
You'd think I'd be able to remember something like that from so long ago.
But she's not the only one Sandy helped. All of your kids were delivered by Sandy and were cared for thereafter in order to make sure they all stayed healthy. And time after time, your husband and I made sure to bring your kids to her for help.
Well, if neither of you ever told me that, how was I supposed to know it was Sandy? And what does it matter that she helped my kids? It's just a coincidence that she was at the hospital all those times the kids needed help.
There really is no helping a selfish waste of life like you.
Well, I don't care about you anymore either, Dad. I'm going to head to wherever Mom is at right now, so you tell me your address this instant.
I'm not going to stop you from going out to be with her now, but your mother and I are divorced now.
Huh?
I left your mother to do whatever she wanted all those years. But after having spoken to her about you and Sandy and all your issues, that's when I learned where you received that helpless attitude from.
Helpless attitude? What did Mom say about it?
After I told her about how it was Sandy who had gone and built the house which she allowed the both of us to move into when we were having trouble, she started to go on about Sandy's money. She said to me that she has that kind of cash right now. She'd fake being sick and weak and use that as a way to get money off of Sandy. At that moment, I lost all the respect that I had left for your mother and started to think about leaving her.
Dad, I'm so sorry, alright? I promise that I'll make all of that up to you. So please, just rethink divorcing Mom and let us move in with you all.
I'm sorry. The only choice I had was getting that toxic woman out of my life. I think it's time that you both learn what happens when you forget about everyone else's feelings and only care about the lives you live. Because those fruits you guys planted are finally beginning to ripen.
Wait, Dad. So you're just going to abandon both Mom and I now? Dad, you have to wait a second. I am really sorry for all the things I've done. I never thought that someone like you, Dad, would be able to say all of those things to me after doing all of it.
And the same goes for me. Never thinking someone like you could say so many terrible things to my daughter-in-law.
Listen, you do something about my dad right now. How dare you use all of those things that happened in the past to try and trip this family up now? You're the real bitch here for trying that. What? Things from the past? What do you mean? About how you went and saved my first daughter's life? And about how you went and gave my mom and dad a new house? Everything that you've been doing has only been for your own benefit. You can't say something like that about me. I never asked for any of these things to happen to me. So don't act as though I put everything together for this exact moment. Huh? Then why the hell is my dad choosing now of all time to talk to me about what happened in the past? I have no clue why, Diana. I'm sure that it has to do with him being fed up with you is all. I think what your father is doing now is what any person would do who has a backbone. God damn it, you've gone and used my dad like a puppet. Why the hell do you have to do me in like this right now? The only person I have left now is my husband, because both my parents have left me. Huh? Does that mean your husband still hasn't come to talk with you about anything yet? Huh? What the hell is going to happen now? I spoke with your husband about what was going on recently, after he came to me asking. And why would he want to ask you? And And why did you say anything to him when our family is none of your business? I didn't say anything to him right off the bat, but rather he came to ask something from me that he was worried about. He was really concerned about how, for the longest time now, you have never really seemed to care about any of your 5 kids that much. Why would he go and talk with you about something like that? To be honest, I can't really tell you why that is either. But it was me who took care of all 5 of your children from the moment they were born. And I think that history is what made it all the more easy for him to talk about what he had to ask. What the hell? I'm the one who's his freaking wife of all people. How dare he go and talk with someone who has nothing to do with us? The first thing your husband told me was that you, of all people, never listened to anything he had to say to you, and that's why he had no choice. And he told me what he wanted to do was divorce you. Huh? He wants to leave me now, too. I'm not joking around about that kind of stuff anymore, alright? If he leaves me too, then what the hell am I supposed to do? And just as I had thought, you're not worried about your 5 kids or anything, but just yourself and what you're going to do. Huh? From what he told me, your husband is already in the process of getting full custody of all 5 of your children. He told me that he can't trust you to take care of any one of them on your own. Sandy, I'm so sorry. I am seriously sorry for everything. I will apologize to you for all the things I've done to you up until now, alright? It's way too late to be thinking about apologizing to me now. Please, just go and talk with your husband about all of that now. But you're the only person I have left to ask for help from. What am I going to do about all of this? You're the only one I can hear anything about my husband and my dad from now, since they both won't respond to me. If I'm all alone now, there's nothing else that I can do. Is that all you have to say to me after finally realizing that what all I had done for you? And what all you had done to me? Unbelievable. What? After this, you and I are never going to be seeing one another or talking to one another again. I don't want to. Goodbye forever now. Wait, hold on a second. Sandy? Forgive me, please. Dave? A lot has really happened since this whole conflict started, but thank you so much for being there for me.
What are you talking about? I should be the one thanking you for all you had done.
But if you had never been around for me and on my side, then there would have been no way for me to have taken things as far as we did with Diana.
But I am sorry for her, for what she did to you. And it wasn't just my wife and I who have been treated so well by you, but Diana and her husband's family as well. There was no way for someone like her to have been so selfish after all you'd done.
Thank you so much for realizing that. And by the way, are all of those kids doing alright right now? Since none of them have come to my place this past month, I've been wondering about their conditions. It's a good thing they're not all coming to the hospital anymore, but I do miss talking to all of them here and there.
Ah, you've been worried about them. Don't be. Their father said that he no longer wanted to be a bother to you anymore and has moved out of town with all 5 of them, and will no longer need your assistance.
So that's what ended up happening. Well, as long as all the kids are doing fine over there, then that's all that matters to me. But you know, I would occasionally like to meet with them. Having looked after all of them from a young age, they are kind of like my children to me as well.
Well, if that's what you like, then how about we throw a barbecue together here soon?
That would be splendid, Dave. I'm really looking forward to that. If that's something everyone will be interested in doing, let's go ahead and have the barbecue over at my place. This new place I'm living in is much larger than the last in terms of outdoor space, so I'd love to put it to some use this summer.
That would be so helpful. Thank you.
And another thing, if you don't mind, would you like to move back in with us? Your son and I seem to find that the more people we have at home, the more fun life is.
Sandy, thank you so very much for thinking about me like that.
No, please. Thank you for always having thought about me and my feelings. Diana and her mother started to live together with one another, both working jobs to try and support themselves. Diana was able to find work at a factory where her mother was living, where she would have to do 12-hour shifts 4 times a week and would make all right money doing so. And her mother ended up with a job as a cashier, where she didn't have to move around too much at her old age. However, with her mother being so lazy all the time and always calling off from work, she would force her daughter to stay home and take care of for her, making her always miss her own job. So in the end, she would be fired from the place she had found and have to start looking for another one. But of course, with Diana not being much more active than her mother, she fell into a rut too, and soon, those two both went into debt trying to maintain the lifestyles they had before. During that time though, they weren't able to pay their rent in the small apartment they had been living in, and ended up getting kicked out of it by their landlord. This also became a serious problem for Diana, because she was no longer to borrow any more money because of all her credit cards were maxed out, and so she could no longer pay child support to her ex-husband for the 5 kids. I heard that a huge fight broke out between her mother and her on the street. And during that, a loan shark, which Diana's mother had been borrowing from, paid them both a visit. It was there that they both had the crap scared out of them, and were told that they had 1 month to start paying off her debt, or else there would be some serious hell to pay. And so, at this point in time, those two have moved out to this unknown island, doing some kind of very dangerous work for not that much pay. But at least now they're starting to pay off their debts, but that's not going to last long as soon as Diana is going to be paid a visit by the court, wanting to know why she hasn't been paying her ex-husband that child support. When it comes to myself, I am living in a new house with my husband and his father. I ended up getting the place a few days after leaving my last house with my husband, and we made sure that this time it only had enough room for him and I, plus 1 guest room for my father-in-law. Thinking he'd be even more stressed out after having to go through a divorce, it turns out that she had been sucking away all of his energy the whole time they'd been married, and now he's currently a changed man with so much power. Of course, he doesn't have the same abilities a kid would have with that energy, but he still has all sorts of things to do with us that are really letting him enjoy his life. Pretty soon, here, there is something my husband and I will have to tell him, and that has to do with us both wanting a child. But of course, since I am not physically able to make one, we have been looking at adopting, and we just came across the perfect boy that we love to bring into this family. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.